Okay. Sorry. So, we're going to look at question 38, and this is on lesson 8, problem set. Here we have a problem that involves the state of Nevada. So in 2010, Nevada's population was 2 million. Sorry, that's what it was in 2010. Sorry, I can't talk. And in 2010, it was 2,700,000. We're asked to estimate the doubling time for Nevada's population. So I did a bad job, but step 1, I circled my key information. For step 2, the formula that I use, because we're doubling in size, I'm going to use the doubling formula. So I have NT is equal to N0 times 2 raised to the power of T divided by D. So for step 3, I'm going to identify my variables. I have NT, N0, little t, and little d. This one's a little bit different from what we did in class. I guess let's start out NT. This is the value of the population after some period of time. So here in 2000 we were 2 million. After 10 years we became 2.7 million. So my NT here after some time was 2,700,000. My initial population, here 2000 is our initial time, and our initial population is 2 million. And the time duration from between those 2 years was 10 years. Here, actually, the doubling time, that is the unknown here. So that's our question mark. So for step 4, I'll plug into the equation. I have 2,700,000 equals 2 million times 2 raised to the power of t, which is 10, divided by d, which is, I'll just leave it as d. We can simplify this a little bit by dividing by 2 million. And divide this by 2 million. Let me do that real quick in my calculator. 2,700,000 divided by 2 million. So that's 1.35 is equal to 2 raised to the power of 10 divided by d. So we have some options. We could graph, we could do NSolve at this point. So let me grab a calculator. I'm actually going to try, I prefer NSolve here. So I'm going to try that. And I'll zoom in a little bit. Menu, algebra, numerical solve. And I'll just write my equation. 1.35 is equal to 2 raised to the power of 10 divided by d, comma, d. And I push enter. So at this point, I'm presented with an error of overflow. So I'd want to double check that what I plugged in was correct, and it totally is. So NSolve is having problems solving this equation. All right. So that means we have to look at our other option, which is graphing. Before we graph, I want to identify my two functions that I'm graphing. I have f1 of x is equal to 1.35, and f2 of x is equal to 2 to the 10 divided by x. So all I did here was I set my first function equal to one side of the equation, and my second function equal to the other side of the equation. but instead of my D, I changed it to X. That's the only thing that I changed there. Okay, so let me go to my graphing option. And my f1 of x is 1.35. It's a straight line. And you push tab to get to your f2 of x. So 2 raised to the power of 10 divided by x. Make sure you have your x there. And you can only find the intersection if the intersection point is in the window. So you may have to zoom out. To do that, you push menu. You do menu, and then you scroll down to zoom. And I'm going to zoom out. I'm going to zoom out until the intersection point is in my window. And I think it looks like it's somewhere over here. So let me go to menu. Analyze graph, intersection, and give it a lower bound and an upper bound. And our answer will be somewhere in there. Okay, so I don't want to just give you the answer. I want you to understand that sometimes InSolve will give you an error. And if you double check and you make sure that what you plugged into InSolve was correct, then be aware that this is your other option. Okay, so that's how we would work through question 38.